Ladies and gentlemen, Chiefs Kingdom, gather round, because if there's one thing that gets the blood pumping in this AFC West showdown, it's a ghost from the past rising up to haunt the house that Mahomes built. Imagine this, a quarterback who's thrown more passes against your Kansas City Chiefs than just about anyone, a guy who once wore the powder blue of the Chargers like a badge of defiance, suddenly stepping out of retirement at 44 years old. Yeah, you heard that right. Philip Rivers, the gunslinger with the 9 kids and the unfiltered fire, might just be the dagger that keeps our beloved Chiefs from that playoff promised land. What a twist in this wild Week 14 aftermath. Stick with me, because we're diving deep into this saga that's got Arrowhead Stadium buzzing louder than a tailgate party on game day. Let's break it down, folks. After a roller coaster of a Week 14, the Kansas City Chiefs are hanging on by a threadbare shoelace in the AFC playoff race. We're talking razor-thin margins here. Our boys in red need to channel that unbreakable spirit and snag all 4 of their remaining wins to even sniff the postseason. But it's not just about us. Oh no, the football gods demand chaos from afar. The Los Angeles Chargers and those pesky Indianapolis Colts have to stumble, trip, and faceplant just enough to let us sneak in. It felt almost doable when the news hit like a blindside blitz. The Colts quarterback carousel turned into a full-on demolition derby. Their starter, wait, hold up, in this bizarre twist, it's Daniel Jones, fresh off a heartbreaking Achilles rupture that's sidelining him for the year. Then, backup Riley Leonard tweaks his knee and gets slapped with that dreaded week-to-week label. And don't get me started on Anthony Richardson, who's been parked on injured reserve, nursing whatever fresh nightmare the league threw his way. With only 4 quarterback options left, and whispers of rookie tight end Tyler Warren, a kid more suited to blocking than dropping back, as an emergency Hail Mary, the Colts were staring down the barrel of oblivion. Enter stage left. Desperation dialed up to 11. In a move that's equal parts genius and gamble, the Colts are reportedly set to ink Philip Rivers to their practice squad after a workout that had scouts nodding like they just saw a miracle. Rivers hasn't suited up for an NFL snap since 2020, his swan song with Indy that capped a 17-year odyssey mostly spent tormenting AFC West foes in Chargers blue. At 44, with more miles on that arm than a cross-country semi-truck, he's not just coming back, he's coming for blood. Specifically, Chiefs blood. This isn't some fairy tale comeback. It's a calculated strike aimed right at Kansas City's heart. If Rivers can dust off the rust and lead the Colts to a 3-1 finish against a gauntlet of Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars, and Texans, our Chiefs' 10-7 dream could evaporate faster than a Kansas summer rain. Unless the Chargers drop every last game like they're allergic to victory, that is. Talk about high stakes. It's the kind of drama that makes you wonder if the NFL scriptwriters moonlight for soap operas. Now, let's zoom in on why this isn't just a feel-good retirement tour for Rivers. It's a tactical nightmare for Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Rivers isn't your average has-been. He's a walking encyclopedia of offensive schemes, with that quick-release wrist flick that once made him a 4-time Pro Bowler and the 2004 first-round steal out of NC State. Back in his heyday with the Chargers, he'd carve up defenses like a Thanksgiving turkey, slinging it to the likes of Vincent Jackson and Antonio Gates while dodging blitzes with that trademark shuffle step. And against us, oh man, 29 career matchups, a near-even 14-15 split in wins, 7,504 yards through the air, 41 touchdowns that lit up Arrowhead like fireworks, and yeah, 39 picks that kept our secondary feasting. But here's the kicker. J.J. Watt, the Hall of Fame defensive wizard turned analyst, dropped this gem. Rivers has been running the exact same offensive system the Colts use right now in his son Gooner's high school offense. Weekly chats with head man Shane Steichen, his old QB coach from LA days? They're breaking down film, tweaking plays, and plotting like generals over a war map. That means Rivers could slide into Indy's huddle smoother than Travis Kelce into a post-touchdown jig. Imagine him barking out protections, reading coverages we've seen 1,000 times. Suddenly, the Colts' attack, which has sputtered like a faulty muffler, finds its groove. For the Chiefs, that means Steve Spagnuolo's defense, already banged up and begging for mercy, has to summon Derek Thomas-level magic just to contain a Rivers revival. It's not hyperbole. In those 29 games, he averaged over 259 yards a pop against us, with a QB rating hovering around 85. If he taps even half that vintage form, our secondary's picking shrapnel out of their pads for weeks. But hold on, let's pump the brakes and put this in the grand tapestry of Chiefs lore, because nothing stings quite like an AFC West rival refusing to fade away. Remember, Rivers isn't just any old foe. He's the guy who defined those brutal Bolts-Chiefs bloodbaths in the 2010s, back when Alex Smith was our steady hand and Arrowhead's roar was still earning its Guinness World Record for loudest stadium. Those were the days of gut-check Sundays, Rivers threading needles over Chris Jones' future self, us countering with Jamal Charles moonballs. Fast forward to now, and it's Mahomes circus. 3 Super Bowl rings in 5 years, that no-look wizardry that's turned Kansas City into the NFL's entertainment epicenter. Statistically, the Chiefs' offense under Pat and Andy is a juggernaut, top 3 in scoring every year since 2018, with Mahomes' 28,000-plus yards and 219 touchdowns making him the league's supernova. Yet here we are, post-Week 14, clinging to that wild card spot like it's the last lifeboat on the Titanic. Compare it to Rivers' prime, his 63,440 career yards ranked 9th all-time, but against KC, those losses piled up during our rebuild. Now, at 44, he's betting on unfinished business. And the Colts? They're no slouches historically, think Peyton Manning's Coltsfoot empire, but lately, it's been a parade of what-ifs. A 3-1 surge with Rivers at the helm? That'd echo their 2014 playoff push, but with higher drama. We've got history on our side. Len Dawson's AFL crowns, Derek Thomas's 41.5 sacks in a blink, those back-to-back Super Bowls that silenced doubters. This isn't the end, it's the edge that sharpens us. So fire up the grill, crank those chants, Chiefs, Kingdom, let's go. And tune in Sunday as we clash with whoever dares step up. Whether it's Rivers or the Reaper himself, we'll fight like it's Lombardi number 4. Follow along right here on the channel for every snap, every scheme, every story that makes NFL Sundays sacred. This is your anchor, signing off from the heart of Missouri's gridiron empire. Go Chiefs, and may the rush be ever in our favor.